Okay.
Okay. Says the Gemara Kedosha. That's the bottom of Daf Yomi, good bet. Very figure about Shmuel. Toshima. Yesterday we ended off. The Gemara is going through many kashas on this concept that the Gemara introduced, this pasuk of Ein Chochma, the Ein Tfuna, the Ein Eitzer Neged Hashem, meaning that even for Kavod Abriyas, the Lois HaSeir of the Torah cannot be pushed away. So the Gemara is asking a kasha. Toshima. You remember that concept, right? Okay, Toshima. Right, says Uvila Achoyse. So the pasuk says La Achoyse. What's the pasuk of La Achoyse? It says, the days of a Nazir, Kol Yimei Azir La Hashem Al Nefesh Met Lo Yachol. A Nazir cannot become Tamei to a mate. And the Torah already said, Al Nefesh Met Lo Yachol. If I had just said that pasuk, you would have known that he cannot become Tamei to any mate, including his 7 closest relatives, whereas a Kohen that can become Tamei, but if the Nazir cannot become Tamei. So, how would you write that? You would just say, Al Nefesh Met Lo Yavo, without giving the list of Heterim, like it does by the Kohen. By the Kohen, it says, the Kohen can't become Tamei, but for these people there's a mitzvah to become Tamei. By the Nazir, if you don't want him to come Tamei, even to those, could have written, Al Nefesh Met Lo Yavo, don't. The Torah goes out of the way to describe, to delineate exactly who I meant when I said don't. It says, Le'aviv u'limo, le'achiv u'la'achoto, lo yitam alehem. So that's redundant. You just said don't become tamei to a mate. So the Gemara darshans, doresh from each one of these, a heter. How? Meaning, when I told you not to become tamei to a nefesh mate, I meant even le'aviv, to your father not. But to something else, yes. Limona, but in this case, yes. Le'achiv not, le'achato not. But so what are all the different drashot? So the Gemara doesn't bring all the drashot over here, but Rashi brings down that le'aviv teaches you, excuse me, that if there's a mate mitzvah, right, someone that needs to be buried, and there's no one to bury him, so le'aviv, the Nazir shouldn't become tamei, but the mate's mitzvah, he does. Limo, he doesn't become tamei, but if there's a mate, even if the Nazir has kiddushat kohen, so now he has a double reason why not to become tamei. So li'imo, to his mother he shouldn't become, but to a mate mitzvah he should. Mate mitzvah we already took care of that he should. That's only if he's just a Nazir. But how do you know you should take care of mate mitzvah even if he's a Nazir and a kohen? Limo. Limo don't. But that's how it goes. But if even if you're a kohen and Nazir, become tamei to a mate mitzvah. Le'achiv, to his brother he shouldn't become. Let's say someone was a kohen gadol. Kohen gadol has even more kedusha. We know the normal kohen gadol cannot become tamei to his 7 relatives. So here it's like this. Le'achiv, if you're a kohen gadol and a Nazir, even to your brother don't become tamei. But to make mitzvah, come tamei. Okay? So now we're down to the last one. Le'achoto. What's greater than a kohen gadol already and a Nazir? How much more kedusha do you want? So the case is as follows. Le'achoto. Ma'asabu doma. Someone was traveling to be shochet his korban Pesach, V'lamuled b'no. Regular Yisrael, not a Kohen. And he was traveling to do these two great mitzvot. And what happens? And he finds the Shamash Shemet Omet. And he hears that one of his relatives, his close relatives, died. Now, the problem's like this. He won't be able to do both. If he goes back to attend his relative and become Tameh, he won't be able to bring the Korban Pesach because he'll be Tameh. And he also won't have enough time to bring his child into the covenant, into the Brit Milah on the 8th day. We get too late. So he has a choice. Does he do the mitzvah? He's a regular person, not a Nazir, not a Kohen. Does he do the mitzvah of becoming Tameh to the mate? Or does he go and bring the Korban Pesach? Yachol yachzor v'tameh. You would have thought that he goes back and he takes care of the mate, and that should push away the bringing of the Pesach or the Minat Bino. Amarta lo yitameh. So the halach is he does not become Tameh. And the reason is that since the mitzvah of Korban Pesach and Milah, specifically these two were chosen, are mitzvot that if you do not do, these are the only two mitzvot that if you sit back and you don't do, person incurs the death penalty, the heavenly punishment of karet. All the other 246 positive mitzvot, if you don't do, you don't get karet. You don't even get makot. Maybe they can give you makat mardut if they want the chachamim. They want to make sure that you're doing it. But in Torah, maybe you bring a korban oila and you get some yehenim. You do teshuvah. That's it. That's the Mishnah says in Yuma. So here there are two mitzvot I say that if you don't do anything, is karet. Therefore, you should go and do those mitzvot and not be busy with the met. Yachol kishem she'enu mitameh lahem. You would think kishem she'enu mitameh lahem, kach eno mitameh b'met mitzvah. Talmud lomar ula'achoto. So you'd say, oh, wow, this person, he's on the way to do shchitat Pesach or mitzvah milat beno. It's so great that it pushes away becoming tamei. So you would think that even a meit mitzvah he shouldn't take care of. He's not taking care of his relatives. Talmud lomar ula'achoto. La'achoto hu de'enu mitamei. Only to his sister he's not mitamei. Aval mitamei hu meit mitzvah. But a meit mitzvah is someone that doesn't have any kovrim. He has to go and take care of. Now, before we explain this 100%, I just want to bring up one other ha'ara. This person is going to bring his child into Brit Milah. So, if you don't bring your child to Brit Milah, is that karet? Or if you don't bring yourself into, is there karet? Only if it's yourself. Let's say a person, they're not married to have a Brit Milah. Now he's 13, and now he's 20, and now he's 25, and he's 30, and he doesn't do it. So that person gets karet. But the mitzvah to bring your child to Brit Milah doesn't come with karet. It doesn't. Just doesn't. It's a fact. It's only the person himself.
You would think, oh, it should be.
I mean, it's a very important mitzvah, but it's just going to join all the other 246 or 46 mitzvot. Right? So the answer is that it's true that you don't get karet. However, it's still much stronger than your relatives, kvura, because it's a mitzvah that has karet in it. Which means the topic has karet. It's karet for Brit Milah, so therefore, even though it's the father's mitzvah here, taking care, but he's taking care of the child's mitzvah. He's taking care that the child shouldn't get karet. Even that is already stronger than being kover his relative.
Quick question. So all these things that he's saying about La'aviv, Le'imo, La'achoto, all those Ba'al Rak, Met Mitzvah. You couldn't just learn it from one of it?
Right.
We have to say La'aviv, Met Mitzvah, Le'imo, Met Mitzvah?
Right, because if we would say La'aviv, I would say, okay, Le'aviv don't become Tamei, you're a Nazir, but Met Mitzvah, yes. What about if now I have a new question, I'm a Nazir and a Kohen?
That's a Rashi.
So you don't know. Maybe the Torah is speaking about a regular Nazir. But a Nazir and a Kohen, maybe Met Mitzvah gets pushed away. The Torah says, no, Le'imo. And what about if I'm a Kohen Gadol? Le'achiv. And what about if I'm going to bring a Shechita at Pesach, or to bring my child, which are mitzvot of karet? So he says, Lachoto don't become, but to make mitzvah still. Okay, so make mitzvah wins over everything. Another answer to the question I just asked you about the father bringing the child into the Brit Milah, which is not karet, Rashi brings another answer. That some don't like that first answer, and some say it's talking about here that it's Erev Pesach. And Erev Pesach, if your children don't have Brit Milah, Allah is you can't bring a Korban Pesach.
Sing it.
If your children don't have Brit Milah, you can't bring Korban Pesach. So therefore, if you mevatel the mitzvah of Milah, so then the mitzvah of Pesach, which has karet for you yourself, will become batel. That's another teretz. Meaning, if you don't like the first teretz and say that the father's mitzvah doesn't have karet, but it's a mitzvah of karet, so Rashi says there's another answer. That's something. Okay. Anyway, the Gemara says, Amai. Lema ein chachma ve'ein tfuna ve'ein eitz neged Hashem. The Gemara says, what kind of business is this? Kavod Abriot? Kavod Abriot for the Met Mitzvah. I thought Kavod Abriot doesn't have the power to push away a mitzvah. So, why does Met Mitzvah push away all these mitzvot? I thought you were saying the whole time, Ein Chachama Ve'en Tfuna. Nobody can say any type of Torah to try to get out of. Neged Hashem. There's a lot to say. Understand? So the Gemara says, Shani Hatan Diktib Ulachato. The answer is, here it's not a question of Kavod Abriyot versus a lot to say in the Torah. Here the Torah tells you specifically Kavod Abriyot. What we're speaking about is where the Torah doesn't say specifically, outright, go to Kavod Abriyot. The Torah, there is a concept called Kavod Abriyot, we know that. And there's a lot to say. So what you do is, like for example, all the cases that we had before. Person finds kilayim bevigdal, pushtan afil b'shuk. Someone finds shatnez in his cloak. So he takes it off in the middle of the street. Why? Kavod Abriyot. Yeah, Kavod Abriyot, but shatnez is strong. Ein chachma neged Hashem. Nothing to do. But what about if the Torah would have said straight out, don't be careful, don't take off your cloak in the middle of the street, even if it's not Avera. So then the Torah says what to do. So the Gemara is answering here, the Torah tells you, V'lachoto, only to your sister don't become Tamei, but to a mate mitzvah become Tamei, even if you're going to do these great mitzvot of Shechita, Pesach, and Milah, which are the highest level from all these things, because it's karet. It's worse than being a Kohen Gadol and Nazir, where you'd only be over on a lav. So the highest level is La'achoto, the last one. You keep building up. Meit Mitzvah, Kohen and Nazir. Nazir, Meit Mitzvah, Kohen and Nazir versus Meit Mitzvah. Kohen Gadol and Nazir versus Meit Mitzvah. Shechita Pesach, which has karet, and Lamud Beno versus Meit Mitzvah. So who wins out? Kavod Abriot. Meit mitzvah, who wins? Why does he win? So the Gemara says, you know why he wins? Because there's a pasuk here. So the Gemara says, pasuk, v'ligma minah. But our question is, learn out from this pasuk to the rest of the Torah. This is a very important point. Which means, it's true that here you have a pasuk, but why don't you learn from here to the rest of the Torah? Obviously Hashem, in this story, cares more about Kavod Abriot than Alot Taseh. So learn from here to the rest of the Torah. So the Gemara says, no. You can't learn out from this story that you're allowed to wear kilayim in the place of Kavod Abriot. Why? Sheva al Taseh Shani. Because although the Torah is clearly saying that you should give more respect to the Kavod Abriot, to the Meit Mitzvah, than to the Shchitat Bino, Shchitat Pisro and Lamulat Bino, there's no proof that you do that in the case of Shabbos. Why? The answer is, because here, what is the Torah telling you to do? Don't do anything. Don't bring your Korban Pesach. Don't bring your child into the Brit Milah. Okay. So why? Because Kavod Abriot. But is the Torah telling you, go ahead and do an Averah? Wear Shabbos in the street. Because it's Kavod Abriot not to take off your cloak? No. So therefore you can't derive from here more than what it says. What does it say here? Kavod Abriot is more important than just holding back from doing a mitzvah. But it's not telling you that Kavod Abriot is greater than actually being over with biyadayim against the Torah. There we still hold on to the pasuk that we said before, ein chachma ve'ein tfuna ve'ein etzel neged Hashem. You're not allowed to take off your cloak in the middle of the street. Excuse me, you must take off the cloak in the middle of the street. Now, you can ask a very... Is that clear, by the way? Did I make it clear? Is it good? Okay, so the only problem is like this. The Rashi has a major kasha here. Rashi's question is... Rashi at first gives many examples that we find that the Chachamim have the power to always uproot part of the Torah, you know? Let's say Esther. She uprooted the mitzvah of matzah. Esther. She said everybody has to fast for 3 days. One of the days is Pesach. How did she take a mitzvah out of the Torah? She is, at the most, she's the Chachamim. She has the koach of the Rabbanan. The answer is Sheva al Taseh. She didn't say go do something against the Torah. She said don't do. And Bris Milah? She said that. Right, here it's the same thing. Here the Torah says don't do Brit Milah. Another example is don't do Tkiyat Shofar on Shabbat. Rashi brings that. Don't do Lulav on Shabbat. They're not telling you to go do something against Hashem. They're telling you not to do anything. There they have that power. That's what the Gemara, that's the same concept that we're saying here.
But that's not correct, no?
It's true. It's true, it's not correct. But here, it's the same type of concept Rashi's saying. Even though the Torah, that's why you need the Torah here to tell it to you. But the Torah is telling it to you only in circumstances where you're not doing anything against Hashem. There, Kavod Abriot is stronger. Okay? But to do something against Hashem, Kavod Abriot is not strong. Okay? So, the question is very obvious. Rashi asks. This case, the last case, the highest level of karet, shchitat pisro, lamulat beno, what is the Torah saying when it says la'achoto? What should you do? Nothing. Kavod Abriot is stronger than just doing nothing. Fine, sheva al taseh. What about the cases that were beneath that? A guy is a Nazir, or a Nazir and Kohen, or a Nazir and Kohen Gadol. The Torah says, don't be up to your family. but become tamei to make mitzvah, because the kavod habriot, he's going to lie there with the dignity. So the Torah is saying the kavod habriot is stronger than the avera of becoming tamei. The Torah is telling you, go be mitamei yourself. So there we have it. That's Rashi's kasha. This kasha is blatant. It's right here. It's open. It's right in front of us. The kasha is, how could the Gemara say that we don't have a source? The kavod habriot is stronger than a lotasei of kum vasei, of getting up and going against Hashem. The Torah says kavod habriot meit mitzvah is stronger, and it takes precedence over the mitzvah of becoming tamei. Meaning the Torah is saying like this: you have a meit mitzvah here, and we can't let him lose his dignity of the mate. Be mitamei yourself. Your name is Kohen Gadol, Nazir. Be mitamei. So here we have it. How did the Gemara not address this point? So now she says an unbelievable thing. A regular Kohen, but we have to get this concept through, otherwise the Gemara doesn't really make sense. Says Rashi, a regular Kohen has an Easter to become Tamei to any person. What about his relatives? There's a mitzvah to become Tamei. Okay? So, over there, is there like really an Avirah to become Tamei to your mother, but then the Torah lets it through? Or is the Torah saying, initially, when I gave this Isur to become Tamei, it doesn't apply to your mother or father? A regular Kohen, not a Nazir, not a Kohen Gadol, a regular Kohen. So the answer is, the Torah is saying initially, there's no Isur, there's no Isur at all. There's no Isur Tumah here. So the same thing applies over here, says Rashi. Initially, when the Nazir and the Kohen Gadol, the Nazir and the Kohen and the Kohen Gadol, they were given all their holiness, not to become Tamei, it was only given to them until they reach a Meit Mitzvah. Once they see a Meit Mitzvah, there is no Tumah. You understand the answer? There's no Tumah at all. It wasn't given to them, this holiness for a Meit Mitzvah. And then the Torah goes out of its way and says, no, you could. Just like a regular Kohen with his mother, the Torah never gave that to Tumah. So too, they never had the Isur Tumah to a Meit Mitzvah. So you don't have a proof of that Yesh Rachma Utfuna Ve'etzah Neged Hashem. That Meit Mitzvah, the dignity is greater. Because it wasn't given at all. However, Shritat Pesach and Lamulat Beno, the Gemara had a right from there. What was the proof from there? The proof was, because there, Shritat Pischo applies to everyone. Even to this guy himself. It's not that it didn't apply to him. The Torah didn't say, initially, you don't have the mitzvah of Korban Pesach. What happened is, you have a mitzvah of Korban Pesach. It was descended upon you this morning, this afternoon. You have it. You have a child. You have to bring him into the covenant. Everyone. Now you want to get out of it because something came up. A Meit Mitzvah. So now it's a question: Kavod habriot or this? So now the Torah says Kavod habriot. So also from there the Gemara wanted to bring a raya that Kavod habriot is stronger. Like in the cases before by Hashavat Avidah, the same thing. Hashavat Avidah applies to everybody. But the Torah says that Zaken ve'eno lefich vodo is patur. So here we can bring a proof that Kavod habriot is stronger. That's why the Gemara tried to bring proofs from all these places that Kavod habriot is stronger. And to each one, the Gemara had an answer. What was the answer? The answer was that the Torah says specifically, and that's why Kavod habriot is stronger. However, if the Torah doesn't say it specifically, you can't learn. I learned from there to the rest of the places of the Torah. So in the case of Avshavat Avidah, the Gemara answered that from Mammon you can't learn to regular Yisurim. And in the case of Lachoto, the Gemara says Sheva al Taseh Shani, and you can't prove it to Kum Ve'aseh. Okay. So now the Gemara says as follows. Amalei Rav Papa Labai, Mai Shlom Yishodem de Yisrach Shlom Yisrael, Mai Shlom Ananda Lo Yisrach Shlom Yisrael. We were speaking before, Rashi says, about people that are mevazel themselves, shame themselves for the kedusha of the shem. Which means, what's the halacha we just read? If you're walking in the street and you realize that your clothing has shatnez, the halacha will be, you have to take it off. Okay? That's amazing. So you shame yourself in front of everyone for the kedusha of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the Gemara wants to speak about the top. By the way, parenthetically, let me ask you today, if you find in your suit, you go boss suits, a lot of times they have shabbos, right? So you forgot to go to the guy to check if shabbos. You're walking in the street and the guy says, oh, you have a Yugo boss suit. A lot of them have shabbos. You checked it? He says, no, I forgot to check it. So he says, let me tell, I'm a pretty good expert. He looks at me and he says, yeah, you have shabbos. So, let's say it's your pants. So it's mamash bizayon. So what are you going to say? So the Gemara says, yeah, you take them off. Right? You have to be mevazi yourself, you have to shame yourself. In the middle of the street. So is that true, the halacha today? So I'm not sure. Ask your rabbi, because there's only a mitzvah. The Gemara said yesterday that any dirabanon, kavod abriyas is strong. Because the chachamim, they forgave their own kavod of lo tastur, of giving them kavod, like in the Torah. They said, kavod abriyot. The shan is, it's only the right that if it's shua tov v'nois. It has to be spun together, everything together. There's a few things that has to be done together. I'm not sure if all the shatnez today is mamash isur dorat. That's number one. What? Because it has to be shua, tavui, and noise. Spun together, put in together. There's a few little details in shatnez. They have the real isur doraita. There is a tremendous isur in the Rabbanan, even not like that. But doraita, I'm not so sure. So since it's only the Rabbanan, could be kavod abriyot, so it's kavod abriyot is stronger. Now you're going to say, okay, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's shua tov v'nois or not. So safek deraisa is l'chumra. Safek deraisa l'chumra. Who says safek deraisa l'chumra? It's a machlokes rishonim. Some rishonim hold that the reason why we're machmir when you have a safek doraita is only midrabanan. So the only reason why I have to be machmir is midrabanan, so it continues being derabanan.
Which makes it deraisa.
No, the Rabbanon are telling me to be machmir if I have a suffix on a deraisa. So if it's only the only reason why I have to take this, that I have to be worried about the deraisa is midrabanan. So then again, kavod abriyas is stronger than that, and if I don't have to take it off. So I'm not so sure you have to take off a suit today if it's shatnez, even though the Gemara says you do. But that has to be, which means if you know that it's really shatnez deraisa, of course you have to take it. But if not, then not. So ask your rabbi. Okay, and the best thing is get your suits checked, shatnez. So now, okay. The tissues here. To make it, not to make it deraisa, just to tell you to be machmir.
If you don't type on the other
No. No.
you said before.
Before today? there might be shittas. Yesterday we were talking about when they, thank you very much, when they explain it in the Isser in the Torah. Yeah, when they explain how to do the Isser, which is really a Isser in the Torah. But if they make up a takana, like for example, shatn is when it's not showing television, or another takana is safek d'oraisa l'chumra, that would only be the Rabban. That's still only going to be the Rabban. Thank you very much. Okay, Rabbatai. Now the Gemaras are a little bit easier. So we spoke about people willing to give up their dignity for Hashem, taking off their clothing in the street. Only a couple of Abai, so a couple therefore said to Abai, "Ma'ishna rishonim d'trach shlu nisa, u'ma'ishna anad lo mitzrich l'nisa." Why do we find that the earlier generations had a lot of miracles performed for them? You ever hear these stories about the Baal Shem Tov and all these things? And this story, this miracle, that miracle, and you're like thinking, today we don't have it. So he asked that question a long time ago. A Papa asked Abai, why is it that the earlier generations always had nisim and we don't? If it's because they had a greater level of Torah learning, it's not true. In the days of Rabbi Yehuda, which were early, came before them, they were very busy with Bava Kama, Bava Metzia, Bava Batim, Nizikin, Choshen Mishpat, which is very important because if someone's well versed in Choshen Mishpat, in these Masechtot, he becomes a Chassid. The Gemara says anybody who wants to become pious should learn Milad and Nizikin. So that's what their main emphasis was. And today we learn all 6 Sidarim. So we're greater in Torah. So it can't be because of that. When Rabbi Yehuda reached masechet Uktzin, meaning he was spending most of his time on the 3 Bavas. So when he reached Uktzin, which is in Seder Taharot, the last Masechta, and he got to the Mishnah of Haisha Shekaveshet Yarak Baktera, a lady who pickles a vegetable in a pot. The Amilah and others say when he reached the Mishnah of Zaitim Shekavshan B'Tapehen Tehorim, if people pickle olives with their leaves, so the question over there is, do the leaves still have a halachic status of a handle, of a yad? And because if it's part of the, if it's a yad of the peri, so then many halachas apply to the tumah. If the yad becomes tamei and the peri becomes tamei, so the question in those mishnayot is, when does it lose its status of being a yad? Once it's pickled, it starts to wither away. So they're very complicated mishnayot. Amar Rav Yehuda in the earlier generations, you know what he said? Havayot Rav Shmuel kachazei Rav Yehuda, which is the Talmud of Rav and Shmuel, he said, the reasonings of these Mishnayot are so difficult for me. They remind me of all the questions my rabbis, Rav and Shmuel, would ask throughout every sugya of Gemara. That's what these Mishnayot remind me of. They're just very, very difficult. He couldn't make it through. But we, however, said, excuse me, Rav Papa to Abaya, we have 13 different ways. 13 different ways of explaining the berachot. 13 different Tanaim from different berachot. Like we have the berachot, we have the Mishnah of Rebbe and the berachot of Rabbi Chia and Bar Kapra and Levi and Tanam Devei Shmuel. We also have 13 different yeshivot. That's the way Tosfot says. Basically, there's so much Torah on this. So we're much greater than them in Torah. But still, when Rabbi Yehuda took off one shoe, because he wanted to join everybody else in the pain of not having rainfall. And that Rabbi Yehuda, the great Rabbi Yehuda, the Talmud of Rav Shmuel, took off one shoe. Before he got the second shoe off, it already started to rain. Ati mitra. And we're busy painting ourselves and screaming in tefillah. No one's listening. No one answers our tefillot when we ask for rain. So the question is why? An amazing thing. He said they would give up their life for Kedushat Hashem, and we don't. And that doesn't mean when they were threatened, their lives were threatened with the 3 Averot Chamurot, but they weren't able to give up their life. Of course, this generation will give up their life. It meant when they didn't have a chiyuv min hadin, it was only a midat chasidut to give up their life. This generation said Abaye to Rav Papa, we wouldn't do it. But in the olden days, they did that. So their level, their love, and their fear of Hashem was greater. They were ready to give up their life in more circumstances than us, and therefore they were closer to Hashem. The Gemara says, what do you mean? Like the story of Rav Ada bar Hava Chazel, he kutit Havalavisha Kabalta B'Shukah. He saw a kutit. She was wearing a very, very important beged. It was like a very royal dress. Savar, it was red. And it was red, and it was actually, that was considered pritzut, because red would bring people to Aveda. And he thought about Israel that she was Jewish. Come, carry me now. He ripped it off her. He glowed milk to the kutiti. The matter became revealed that she was really a goy. So Shemua, the Arba Mea Zuzi. So they made him pay a knas of 400 zuzi. Amar lo, mashmeich. So he said to her, what's your name? Amar le, she said Matun. Amar la, Matun, Arba Mea Zuzi Shaya. Oh, Matun, 2 of you. Which means Matun is 400, right? Masayim, the odd Latayim. Meaning, this name caused me to lose 400 zuz. So, he wasn't scared. What was the minhag of Rav Gidal? He would sit by the entrance to the mikveh in order to guide the nashim of how to be tovel in the mikveh properly. Amalahu, he told the ladies, this is the way you have to immerse yourself. Amri le Rabbanan, so the Rabbanan told Rav Gidal, you're not worried about the Yetzer Hara? Amalahu, damim be'apoyki kakai chivai. The Nashim are, in my eyes, he was so holy of Gidl, that the Nashim in my eyes are like white geese. White goose? Geese. And they don't cause any hirur for me. Rabbi Yochanan have a rugel have a ka'ozel v'yativ hashar the tefillah. Rabbi Yochanan would sit also by the Shar Tefillah. Amar, Kistalka Benot Yisrael ve'atem Tefillah mistakal bi. In the heaven of Huzdara de Shapir Kivati, when the ladies come out of the mikveh, they will look at me, and they'll have children that are beautiful, because what you look at before the zivug affects the child. And since Rabbi Yochanan was so beautiful, as we learned already before, that his face still had the remnants of the beauty of the Beit HaMikdash, Therefore, he wanted them to have beautiful, good tzaddikim of children. But you're not worried about ayin hara. Okay? Either the ayin hara comes because people will be jealous of your looks, or because you're trying to portray something that Hashem blessed you with in the open, and that could bring kin'ah, jealousy. And when that jealousy comes from others, a person can lose those attributes or that beauty. Amar lehu, so Yochanan said, "Anami zara Yosef katin de l'shot ba'ein abisha." I come from the children of Yosef, and there's no ayin hara. As you know, the Sfaradim always say ben porat Yosef, and they don't want ayin hara. יכתיב בין פרת יוסף בין פרת עלי עין ואומר הדיבור אל תחי עלי עין אלא עולי עין, which means Yosef and his children olim al ayin, they rise above ayin hara and it doesn't have any power over them. Rabbi Yosef ben Chanina Amar Mihacha, we learn it from a different place. It says v'yidgu larov b'kerev haaretz, that the land will become many like fish. What do you mean like fish? Just like the fish in the ocean are covered from the eye, because the ocean covers them. So too, the children of Yosef, the ayin hara will not be shown. The eye of Yosef, who did not want to enjoy the wife of Potiphar. So surely if he watched his eye, so no bad eye will ever be able to hurt him, harm him. So we see over here an unbelievable thing. I mean, it says here that he did not only did he didn't do the Aveira with Eshet Potiphar. It says here that his eye was careful to have any pleasure from Potiphar. It means he never looked at her. Amazing amount. Okay. Excuse me. Says the Mishnah Kedusha, Nashim v'avadim u'ktanim p'turim b'kriyat Shema. Nashim and avadim, kinanim, that had a brit milah, they went to the mikveh, become avadim, and now they have mitzvot like an isha, and kitanim, children, p'turim b'kriyat Shema. Now, why are they patur from kriyat Shema? Because it's the mitzvah that says Shesman Grammar Rashi says, and we learn out in Kedushin that ladies are patur from any mitzvah that is time back. What about the next case? Uminat tefillin. They also patur from tefillin. Why tefillin? So Rashi says because tefillin is a mitzvah Shesman Grammar, because at night and Shabbat is not a time of tefillin. So therefore, tefillin is relegated to a specific time, daytime, and not Shabbat, and therefore they're patur. Okay, now it happens to be that tefillin is the source for all the other mitzvot. That's where we learn out that you're patur. The ladies are patur for mitzvah station man gram. And how do we learn it out? Because it was placed next to Talmud Torah, and Talmud Torah is only for men. So therefore, tefillin is also only for men. And we say anything similar to tefillin, which is like a mitzvah, like tefillin, that it's zman grama, they're patur. Okay, now why are ketanim patur? Now avadim are patur because they're like ladies. They're also patur from any mitzvah aseh shesman. Why are ketanim patur? What?
Can't keep himself clean.
But what about from kriyat Shema? So Rashi learns the reason why they're patur is even a katan that already reached the age of chinuch, and he's doing all the mitzvot. His father's making sure he does all the mitzvot, but kriyat Shema not, Rashi says. Because he's not always around when the time of kriyat Shema comes. The father's not near the son, so it's very hard, since it's only a specific time, window of time, during the day and the night, So therefore the father doesn't have to train him in this mitzvah. So Svot learns that it's specifically that it's not like that. So Svot says that there's a Breita that says in the Sukkah that he does have to train his child in Kriyat Shema. And therefore, the Svot wants to learn here that Rabbi Tam that talking about a child which has not yet reached chinuch. Okay? So there's two different ways to understand the katan. Now, next case, tefillin, like Amnon said, that patur from tefillin even when they're magir lechinuch, because he doesn't know how to keep his body clean at the time of tefillin, and since tefillin has so much kedusha, you have to be extra careful. So Svot again asks on Rashi that there's a Breita that says that children do have to keep tefillin if they're able to watch themselves. Okay? So it says, again, we're talking about a child that's not magir l'chinuch, that's what it is. But, b'chayavim b'tfilah, u'b'mezuzah, u'b'birkat hamazon. Ladies, avadim, and ktanim are chayav in tfilah. Who made up tfilah? The chachamim. So when the chachamim made up tfilah, they were mitaken, and ladies have to say it as well. Why? Even though there's a time for it, because it's a bakasha rachamim. Rashi says, since it's rachamim, therefore it's so important that they have to ask for Hashem. And children also have to be trained to ask from Hashem. Mezuzah is not a mitzvah shazman grov, and berachot hamazon is also not a mitzvah shazman grov. Okay? Now we'll talk about berachot hamazon later in the Gemara. So I want to ask you one question. According to the Rambam, that there's a chiyuv every day in the Torah. Now, if you say the Chachamim made up tefillah, even though they made it up with specific times, but since they made it up, so the Mishnah is letting you know that they incorporated ladies have the chiyuv because it's a bakashat rachamim, so they wanted ladies to be involved in this. But if it's doraita, you can't start saying you're svarot. Oh, I think that even though it's a mitzvah saseh shazman grama tefillah, but since it's so important because it's begging Hashem for mercy, so ladies should be chayav. No, if it's doraita, there's a rule already set in place. Any mitzvah that's time bound, they're pturot. So according to the Rambam, that holds that tefillah is doraita, why are ladies chayav in tefillah? Why does the Mishnah say they're chayavot in tefillah?
That's what Rashi says. No, it's kasher rachamim.
Yeah, but Rashi says, if you look at Rashi, it says, u'midrabanon hi v'tiknu after noshim. You can only say that if it's the chachamim that made it up. So you could say a svara. It's rachamim. So the chachamim decided when we make it up, it's going to include ladies. But just to say rachamim, to be a svara, to decide that if it was in the Torah, it must be the ladies are chayav because they're rachamim. Who gives you that license to do that? There's a rule. We know. A mitzvah taseh shazman grama, ladies are pturot.
Maybe because you have all day to do it, but different prayers throughout the day.
Yeah.
Oh!
All day.
So the teretz is that even according to the Rambam, the time of tefillah is the Rambam. The chiyuv d'oraita has no time. It's not a mitzvah taseh shazman. It can be at any point of the day that a person prays to Hashem, therefore it's not a mitzvah taseh shazman. Okay. Okay, let's look. I'm going to take a 20-second break if you don't mind. Ready? Knocked out, Joe. 10 seconds.
Stretch it out.
So those are sometimes you have no problem. Well, it's like the back of the like 10 o'clock. Wow.
Can you go to
Well, yesterday we were a little bit like that. That was good.
All right. Pretty cold now. Very cold again today, huh? Not as bad as yesterday. It's cold.
In the 60s.
Very cold. It's cold. It's cold. And here it's cold, no? It's always cold. You're always cold. Yeah, it's cold everywhere.
You're not from there?
I'm from Muncie originally.
Freezing, man.
Yeah, but it's different what happens in Florida.
You get into a warm mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
that's it.
a guy in New York, right? He has no problem going outside in the winter, but in the middle of the night, when he's under his covers,
Yeah.
imagine you pull off his covers and start blowing on him. He's cold. That's what it is when it gets cold in Florida. I agree. Okay. So the Gemara asks, it says that Noshim are purot from Kriyat Shema. Pshita! Mitzvah dasei shazman gromahu. V'chol mitzvah dasei shazman gromahu Noshim purot. Why do I need this Mishnah to teach me this? It's already a Mishnah in Kedushin. Gemara says, Mav b'tei mahoil b'itba malchut shamayim kamash malan. You would have thought that maybe you could say a svara and say, well, it's Kabbalah, all malchut shamayim, so ladies have to say Kriyat Shema. How could they get out of that? The answer is, they're out. That's what they're teaching you. Mitzvah says shazman grama, they're p'turot. I think the Abu Draham, he says, the Abu Draham, right?
Abu Dirham.
How that's right?
Abu Dirham.
Abu Dirham, he says the reason why mitzvah says shazman grama, why ladies p'turot? Why did Hashem do that? He says because they have to bring up the children. They have to make sure the house is running, that the children can become Talmidei Chachamim and Tzaddikim and Tzidkonios. If every time there's a time, oh now stop, Kriya Shema, okay, Lulav, Kiya Shofar, Tefillin, then they wouldn't be able to do their job. That's why. It's not because they're second class. It's because they have a high, maybe even a higher mission in a way. Their mission is very important. They can't be disturbed with any of these time things. No alarm clocks. Ladies have to do the whole day. They have a job and they're busy with it. Okay. Uminat tefillin. Pshita, again, it's a mitzvah say shazman grama. Why does the Mishnah have to say it? It's already a Mishnah in Kedushin. Ma'avletei mahoil de'it kishkin mezuzah kamash shalom. Meaning that you would have thought that since tefillin and mezuzah are also placed together in Torah, and mezuzah they're chayavot, so maybe tefillin also they're chayavot, even though it's a mitzvah shazman grama, because it's placed next to mezuzah. Kamash malan, that no, that they're p'turot because the hekesh to Torah is a stronger connection than the fact that it was placed next to mezuzah. Do you know why? Because it was placed, the Gemara says in Kedushin, near Torah twice. In the first parsha and the second parsha. Okay? But to mezuzah, only one time. Therefore, we have Torah. The chayavim b'tfilah, the rachmin, the Gemara says, the chayavim b'tfilah, because it's bakashat rachmin. And therefore, there's even a chidush. Ma'u l'tei mahoilu k'tiv ba'erev ha'boker b'tzarayim. Ki mitzvah taseh shazman grama dami kamashma. And without this Mishnah telling me that they're chayav, I would have said that tefillah has a specific time, like it says, erev ha'boker b'tzarayim. There are 3 times a day that a person prays. Erev, ha'boker b'tzarayim. That's mincha, right? Erev is avit, boker shachrit, and tzarayim is mincha. Therefore, we committed to say shazman grama dami kamashma. Ubim zuzah. Pshita, says the Gemara, that's pashut. Why should they not be chayavot in mezuzah? It's not a mitzvah to say shazman grama. It has nothing to do with the time. You have to have a mezuzah on, you do it all times. Day, night, Shabbos, Yom Tov, doesn't matter when. The Gemara says, Since the Torah places it next to the mitzvah of Talmud Torah, like it says, and then it says Uchtav Talmud Mezuzot. So I could have said like this: since the mitzvah of Talmud Torah is only to Bnechem, only to the sons, and the mitzvah of Mezuzah was placed next to it, so Mezuzah is also only for sons and not for daughters. Kamash V'lam, and we don't make this hekesh. Why? Because the Torah says by the mitzvah of Mezuzah, Leman Yibui Mechem. The mitzvah of Mezuzah is so that you should have a long life. Who needs long life, says the Gemara in Kedushin? Only men? Ladies also need long life. Therefore, since the mitzvah is contingent on this, the mitzvah is is connected to Leman Yibui Mechem, therefore it applies to women as well. Okay, so the Gemara says that Ubibikata Mazon. Says the Gemara Pshita. It's Pashut, the lady that Chayav Bikata Mazon. It's not a mitzvah to say Shezman Gram. Even though you're going to tell me it only happens when you eat. But that's not a specific time. You can eat whenever you want. You can eat at 3 in the morning if you'd like. Yeah. So therefore, of course, it depends on something else happening. Bikata Mazon. But not specifically a time. Okay? So the Gemara is asking, of course, the Chayavot in Bikata Mazon. Why would the Mishnah have to say that? So the Gemara says like this: Ma'od Tema Hoylu Ktiv B'Tet Hashem Lachem Ba'erev Basar Lechol V'Lechem Ba'Boker Lizbar. Okay, the Torah, when speaking about the man falling, Hashem says that I'm going to send the ducks, the slav, the quail, for them to eat, and it basically sets times to eat your meals. So until Moshe Rabbeinu came along with this pasuk, nobody really had a specific time. They were more like roosters and chickens. People would find food whenever they were hungry, they ate. There was no set time to eat. Now Moshe Rabbeinu said, no, there's a time to eat. Ba'erev basar lechol. The lechem ba'boker lizbar. So therefore you would think that eating happens at specific times. So it's committed as Seshet Man Ramadan. Kamash V'lam, that it's not. Because even though there's a set time to eat, but it doesn't become a real mitzvah. Okay? The mitzvah is only to bless. You can really eat at any time. Ladies are chayav in Kiddush Hayom midoraisa. Amai mitzvah taseh shezman gramo. V'chol mitzvah taseh shezman gramo noshim turot. Why would they be chayav? It's only a mitzvah of Shabbat. So the Gemara answers, Amar Abaya midirabana. You're right. They're really turot midoraisa. But this chiyuv that Rabbi Bar Hava said is midrabanan. The Rabbanan said ladies should make kiddush. Rabbi Bar Hava was not saying that they chayavot midrabanan. Rabbi Bar Hava was saying they chayavot midoraita. And so therefore the question remains, why? It's a mitzvah taseh shezman grama. Ve'od kol mitzvah taseh nechayvinu midrabanan. And also, what type of answer is that? It's midrabanan. So now, okay, you're right, they're patur, but the rabbi said that even a mitzvah taseh shezman grama, they should do. Are you telling me now, says Rabbi, to Abaye, that all mitzvot taseh shezman grama, that ladies are paturot, the Chacham said, yeah, but do it anyways? We never heard such a concept. This halacha, says Rava, is the raisa that Rabbi Bar said. Elo Omar Rava, Omar Kro. Rabbi Bar meant doraita. And it's because there's a pasuk that includes them in this mitzvah. Zachor v'shamor. These two were said b'dibur echad. Okay? And the mitzvah, by the way, how many lavin are there on Shabbat? 39, right? 39 melachot. That's shamor et yom ha'shabbat v'kadsho. watch it, guard it. How do you know? Now, ladies have to keep the shamar part, of course, because any lotaste, even the ones that are time bound, they have to keep it. Right? Don't eat chametz on Pesach. Don't turn the light on Shabbat.
אז לא תעשה, אין זמן שהזמן גרם, אה?
Of course there is. Shabbat, right? Chametz and Pesach, but they're chayavot.
אין גרמה.
למה?
בשבת היא לא תהיה חייבת, בפסח היא לא חייבת.
חייבת, זה...
אז אין לה גרמה.
כן, זה זמן גורם, אבל הן חייבות. זה לא נקרא שזה לא...
שאין לה זמן גמרא, אין לה... שהזמן... מתי יש לה זמן גמרא? שהיא פתורה.
רק בשביל מצוות עשה.
כן.
That's what I'm saying.
לא
אבל מצוות לא תעשה, even though it's זמן גרמה, even though the time caused it, they're חייבות. So, how many mitzvot do you have to do on Shabbat? We know a lot of things you can't do. 39 melachot, and there's 39 toldot to each one of the 39 melachot, and there's thousands of isuri derabbanon on Shabbat. The answer is one mitzvah, zachor. Mention, remember Hashem, remember the day of Shabbat. That's mitzvah kiddush. So since kol sheyesh lo b'shmira, yesh lo b'stira. Whoever has the shamor has the zachor. So since they have the shamor, they have the zachor. The haninashi, hoyu b'itnu b'shmira, itnu b'zchira. So they have both.
That's not candles.
What?
Lighting candles. It's not shamor. Or is it for?
Yeah, that's the reason we like to.
That's a mitzvah derabbanon. Mitzvah derabbanon.
דאורייתא בכלל.
Just kiddush. Kiddush is shamor.
קידוש in the night.
Kiddush is zachor.
Yeah, kiddush
On
is
in the
zachor.
night.
And what is shamor?
Shamor is all the avirot, all the malachot.
Zachor.
Guard, whenever it says the word shmir.
Yeah.
Now the Gemara says like this: Amar leRav l'Rav. Nashim b'bikat hamazon d'oraita. Now, by the way, it gets very complicated with the ladies' chiyuv at night and the men's chiyuv, because really, how do you do the mitzvah of zachor? You mentioned that Shabbat is holy. Remember that Shabbat is holy. So if you say Shmona Esrei,
Yeah.
which
Man
mentions the kedusha, Ato kidashtes Yom HaShidush Mechad.
Man
Done.
שבע.
That's it. You're Yotze Kiddush. You're Yotze. Now, so why are you coming home and making Kiddush? Because the Chachamim said we don't just want you to make Kiddush, we want to make it on a very special thing, on a cup of wine. It makes it even greater. Fine. But when I come home, am I making a mitzvah, I'm doing a mitzvah to say D'oraita or D'Rabbanan?
עשה דאורייתא.
D'oraita or D'Rabbanan?
ביום שישי בערב עשה דאורייתא.
No, I asked you, but you already did it.
אתה יוצא בזה שאתה עושה, אתה
The answer
מקדש,
is,
לכתחילה.
since we don't want to do the mitzvah of Kiddush until we do it on a cup of wine,
אז אתה לא...
so we don't have it in mind to be Mekayim the mitzvah of Kiddush in the Shemona Esrei.
But if you do,
But if you do, then your mitzvah at night when you come home is only the Rabbanon.
We have the הלכה, why we do man sheva, the חזרה ביום שישי, the night, because the people that they didn't do it, they're not gonna do kiddush, or they're gonna light for the kiddush, or whatever, from any reason, single and like that, so we do man sheva.
Exactly. I'm going to reveal the Rabbah. Nashu b'bigin tamot d'oraita or the Rabbanan? Very famous question here.
Nashi.
Okay? The ladies' chiyuv in Birkat Hamazon, is it d'oraita? Because it says v'achalta v'savata v'rachta. There's no time. It's not a zman.
Yeah.
When you eat berachta
Different.
or the Rabbanan. Why? Why would I think it's the Rabbanan? Because the Torah says v'achalta v'savata v'rachta et Hashem lokach. Al ha'aretz hatova asher natan lach. Now,
What?
ladies didn't take a chelik in the land.
What about in the middle of the...
Since ladies didn't take a chelik in the land, so therefore, maybe the Torah is saying, you only bless Hashem, those who are given the land. That's a man. Ladies don't have a chelik in the land.
So they are different bracha.
Now you might ask that Benot Slavchad had a chelik in the land. That wasn't their own chelik. They were Yoresh, their father's chelik, which was a man. But their own chelik they didn't have. So the Gemara wants to know if the mitzvah of Birkat Hamazon is just like an ordinary mitzvah that doesn't have a zman, or is it specifically contingent on someone who has a chelik in the land, and therefore they're really pturot. And they're only chayav in the Mishnah here midrabanan. So a lady has to Say Birkat Hamazon, but is the chiyuv midoraita or midorabanan? Yes. Okay. So the Gemara says, "L'may nafka mina." So the Gemara says, "What's the difference? They have to do it anyways. What's the difference?" The Gemara says, "La'afuki rabbi dechavata." Can they exempt others, like men? If you say it's doraita, so then a lady could come and be motzi a man. Okay?
All the
If you
blessings.
say it's only derabanan, have a she'enu chiyuv b'davar. B'chol she'enu chiyuv b'davar, enu masechet rabbi midei chavata. That means that a lady is really p'tura with doraita. So she's not chayav in this matter, doraita. So she can't come and exempt somebody who has a chiyuv doraita. The Torah is saying to the man ate, right? And let's say the lady ate as well. Her chiyuv is derabbanan, but she has absolutely zero chiyuv midoraita, according to this tzad in the Gemara. The man has a chiyuv doraita. You can't be motzi somebody that doesn't have.
Chiyuv.
If you don't have a chiyuv, you can't be motzi somebody that has a chiyuv. So therefore, we're asking, what is the chiyuv? Therefore, it makes a very great difference. So the Gemara says, let's bring a proof. Tashema, the emet amru, which means it's the truth and no one argues. Ben mivarech le'aviv, a child that was magia lechinuch, he could bless for his father. If his father is an ama'aret, he doesn't know how to say the words. The son can say the words for him. The eved mivarech le'rabo.
Also the Isha.
Isha mivarechet le'ba'ala. Aval amru chachamim, tavo me'era le'adam, she'eshto v'anam v'vachino. But a curse will happen. Because a person that doesn't learn how to read is very, very, it's a terrible thing. If you need your children or your wife to say Birkat Hamazon and be Matziyu, it's a terrible thing. So the Gemara says, but the Breita says at the end of the day, that the child or the wife can be Matzi. If you say it's Doraita, Ati Doraita, Mati Doraita, I can understand why the wife could do it for him. But Ati Drabanan, Mati Doraita. How could she do it? So we see from this Breita that she's allowed to be Motzi her husband, and it must be her chiyuv is Doraita. So the Gemara says, really? So you're going to say it's Doraita, that's why the Breita allows her to be Motzi her husband? V'letamech, katan bar chiyuvo. A katan that's magia lechinuch. Is his chiyuv Doraita or Drabanan? Drabanan. A child's chinuch is Drabanan. So how could if you're telling me that the Drabanan can't be Motzi or Doraita, so how did the Breita allow the Katan to be Motzi his father? The father ate a sandwich. He has a chiyuv Doraita. The son doesn't. So something is missing here in this Breita. So the Gemara says it must be it must be that the father only ate a shear that is chayiv midrabanan, which means that the shear is less than he didn't eat, the shear of the Doraita is b'chalta b'savat. But the shear, let's say a person only ate a kazayit, right? He's only chayiv midrabanan, kazayit, right? So,
It's hard to say the person must be there.
not if he ate a shear, that's not mechayiv him. He only ate a small amount, it wasn't b'savata. He wasn't b'savata, he was only a kazayit. So the chacham came and they said, too bad, you have to make, we're making a mitzvah, you have to, okay. But what's the chiyuv of the father now? Chiyuv only the rabban. Because the father only ate a shear, that's the only the rabban were mechayiv him to say Birkat Hamazon. That's the story in the Breita. So that's the story in the Breita, that's why the child can be Motzi's father. And now, that's why the wife can be Motzi. And even if you say that the wife's chiyuv is only the Rabbanan, but he's also on the level of the Rabbanan.
So it should be even less.
Oh, because she also has, she has
It should be-
two
it should
Rabbanans.
go higher.
You hear his kasha? So what's the answer? So Tosfos speaks about what you're talking about. Okay? And it could be that what happens if she eats the savata?
So she's had the rice.
She's not going to rice because we're saying now it's but it's at least one derabban, not two. You're trying to make it two derabbans versus one. So I'm keeping it that she is a chiyuv deraisa, excuse me,
Saying
of
that-
the savata derabbanon, and he has also one derabbanon. Okay, so
So she can make him, she can
So she
mutziah
can wait
אותו.
to him. That's why everything's
Even
fine.
he's not עם הארץ.
Yeah. Dorish Ravira. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? Dorish Ravira. Zinin Amal B'Shved Rabbi Ami. Sometimes we heard this from Rabbi Ami. Zinin Amal B'Shved Rabbi Asi. Sometimes we heard it from Rabbi Asi. Omru Malachi Asher Zotei HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ribbono Shel Olam. Katuv b'Toratcha Asher Lo Yisaf Anim Lo Yikach Shochad. The Torah says you can't take bribes and favoritism. You can't show favor. You yourself show favoritism. It says Yisah Hashem Panav Elecha. אמר להם, וכי לא אעשה פנים לישראל שכתבתי להם בתורה ואכלת ושבעת ובירכת את השם אלוקיך. How can I not? Which means, and I'm not really showing them favoritism. It's because they show me first. What do? I told them when they eat and they get satiated, they should bless. And they are medactic on themselves even before they become, they have a sviyah. They already went ahead, the Chachamim, they said to say Birkat HaMazon. Therefore, it's me that connected me that I give it back to them.
So she can do it?
Yeah. The B'chanani Birkat Hashem, Rot HaKadosh Baruch Hu Zak Yisrael.
Missing one? Yeah, we're missing one.
Figure tell them.
So a woman can
That's your husband, yeah.
her husband when she does